Hey, this is June from Goldhand Drawings. Today it's another watercolor papers comparison video. I chose Fabriano for today's video and I picked these two because I think people use these two a lot from Fabriano. One is the 25% cotton and the other one is 100% cotton paper. The size I have is 26 by 36 and it comes with the 12 sheets and it costs about like $7 or something. So slightly bigger than A4 size, costs like $6 or something in my country. And the one that I have is not a block, but it also comes in block form, and the A4 size block is about $9 in 20 sheets, so slightly less than 50 cents per page, I believe. And this Artistico was about like $28 for 20 sheets of blocks, so $1.5 per sheet. So I will say in an easy way 50 cents versus $1.5 comparison, 1-to-3 ratio of price. Okay, so first, if I talk about the cover design, I don't like either one's cover design. I think it's not pretty at all. As a matter of fact, they both look very ugly to me. On the back, Artistico wrote how great their paper is in like 6 different languages. This 25 is also written in 6 different languages, but very short. Now let's look at the paper itself. Okay, so I think they both have like the same white tone, slightly yellowish, I would say, but the 100% is a little bit more to the cool white, and the 25% is a little bit more to the yellowish white, I think. The texture of the surface, I think 25% has a softer touch than the Artistico. Yeah, Artistico's rougher than the new Acquarello. And the texture pattern, they both have it, and the pattern on the 25% is a little bit more repetitive, regularly than the Artistico. I think they both have a pretty grain pattern, I think. Okay, so now why don't I draw and write on the paper and see which one is better for sketching. And this time I think I'll use my Kaweco mechanical pencil, and why don't I make both of them the same size? Okay, so I think they both performed pretty well. There weren't any issues. This 25% cotton one, the surface texture were very soft, so it did drew very easily. I really enjoyed sketching on this, and 100% definitely had more texture, so the graphite wasn't very like crisp, but it didn't smudge as bad as I expected. And they both were, I think, pretty good, and the erasability was also very fine. So they both were very good. So now let's start with our real comparison test. Okay, so I've tested all 6 and it's time to tell you my conclusions. So on the first test, I think they both spread it out pretty good. Especially this Artistico, it did spread quite evenly through all direction. This 25% paper, the water and pigment didn't soak in as fast as the Artistico, so that's why it didn't form the round shape. The pigment kind of floated on the surface, so that's why it's not, you know, roundy as the Artistico does. But if I think about the price, I think it's pretty decent. The second test, the brush strokes, maybe I did something wrong because the new Acquarello paper, this result is a little more settled than the Artistico. Maybe I added too much water here, so it kind of like spread it more rapidly than the 25% cotton one. The lifting, they both are okay. For instant lift, obviously this 25% lifted up better than the Artistico because there wasn't enough time for pigment to soak in. Lifting up after fully dried, the Acquarello paper got like damaged while Artistico didn't. They both didn't lift up good enough, I think. Now on the wet on wet blending, Artistico actually performed way better than the new Acquarello. This 25%, it didn't blend very good. I really had like a hard time blending it. While this Artistico, it was very easy. I didn't even need to try. It just blended very smoothly by itself. Very good. The wet on dry blending, same as the wet on wet. Artistico again performed way better. It just blended very easily as I wanted. This new Acquarello, it did make some like harsh lines, but again, given the price, I think it's okay because as I tested, I had a feeling I could blend it better, you know, if I get used to this paper. Now the glazing, they both are great, I think. Especially the Artistico, it performed very beautifully. Acquarello, it did show some like white spots as I test, but the previous pigment didn't lift off or got blended with the another paint, so it was totally doable. I mean, it's not that bad. So for my recommendation, like if you want to draw a masterpiece, definitely go with the Artistico. All the tests perform very good. I don't think anybody will have a problem using this paper. The new Acquarello, pretty decent for 50 cents paper. I mean, if you get used to this paper, it's totally doable. Only the blending was a little bit hard to control, but for practice, I think this paper is perfect. Alright, so this is it. I hope my tests and thoughts were informative to you guys, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.